What's good, y'all? It's Swayze, and today I want to talk about one of the bigger issues Call of Duty is facing that I don't think a lot of people are paying enough attention to. It's that the big maps, they all suck. I don't know what it is, or at least the big maps in some of the recent Call of Duty games have really been a step below of what they should be, in my opinion, especially as with Vanguard. You know, we got all three of the new pacings. You got the 6v6, you got the assault, which is like 8v8 or 10v10, and then you got the new blitz pacing, which I think most people are playing Vanguard on, which is 14v14, 14 people against 14. So the game should have big maps to accommodate that, because obviously ain't nobody want to play Nuketown 14 versus 14, I guess, unless you're just a menace and just trying to get grenade kills, but whatever. But all of the big maps, especially in Vanguard, they're just bad. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, first off, let's take a look at the most notorious big map in Vanguard, and in my opinion the worst Call of Duty map of all time. It's Redstar, and they put this out in the alpha, they put this out in the beta, and everybody hated it then, but for some reason they kept it in the game. They didn't really make any big changes to it, and obviously people still don't like it, because first off, like I said, we have three different pacings in Vanguard. You have 6v6, 12v12, 14v14, whatever. All three of them this map is bad at. So you can talk about all of the worst maps in Call of Duty history, and the one thing you're going to notice with them all is that they are all big maps, right? But they're not just big maps, they're big maps for 6v6. Redstar is a terrible map even for 14 versus 14, 16 versus 16, whatever. You could put any number of people in this map and it's still going to be bad. And why is this map so bad? Well, first off, it's got more open windows than Google Chrome on your mama's iPhone. All right, and seriously, there's like tons of windows that and she wonders why it charges down every 20 minutes. This map has way too many windows, has way too many camping spots, there's way too many sight lines. You can just go on and on. You're probably not getting more than 20 feet out of your spawn without getting your head sniped off from some TTV clan tag or level 600 player. Like, it's just not going to happen. Redstar is awful. It's a big map for the sake of being a big map. It forces you to either camp or snipe, and I'm a decent human being, so I do neither and just back out anytime this map comes up. Seriously, even if you only play zombies, you still can't even escape this abomination of a map, because they made it the main, hub world, the main center of Vanguard zombies. Like, holy crap, they got all these different maps to choose from for zombies, and they chose Redstar. Like, I'm seriously starting to believe they made zombies this bad on purpose. Go ahead and give me the tinfoil hat. I'm wearing it proudly at this point. Next up, we got sub pins. Now, this is probably a close second for the worst map in Vanguard, but I think it's well deserved, mostly because it's just the spawns are terrible. First off, it's a map with a submarine, okay? Why are the coolest sounding maps always the worst? It's called sub pins, but you can't even go inside the damn submarine. Like, what kind of nonsense is that? No, seriously, but you can go inside of that blender that is that top little room up at the top that connects to both spawns, okay? Now a big map is a bad big map when players don't even go to 80% of it. Every single map, most of the time people are just rushing to this room, trying to camp it, trying to control it, or you know what I'm saying, they're camping in their spawns, especially if you're going to the one side, because this is one of those maps where both spawns are not created equal. One side of the map is worse, and if you're going out this side of the map, well, you're just going to get your head taken off by somebody camping or laying down where you can't even see them. Now, this map, seriously, like, this map has more unused real estate than your local mall, okay? And nobody's going to the other places. Everybody's just rushing to the room up at the top. It's a bad map, but this map really just shows that Call of Duty is making these big maps with way too many long sight lines, especially from spawn to spawn. Like, I can understand that every big map should have one part of it, maybe like one side of it, that you can have like a long sight line, and snipers can go over there and have fun and knock themselves out to sleep. But most of the map should at least be able to run through and at least get to some point of it where you don't have to run around and camp and head glitch with an LMG or a sniper. But nah, this map only has one part. That's the room up top, and if there's only one part of the map that everybody likes to go to, it's a bad map. And now on to Castle, which is a personal one for me, because because I love this map back in World at War. And the one thing that comes to my mind is that old meme where it's like, look how they massacred my boy. Because seriously, it's like Sledgehammer Games decided, hey, let's take a classic Call of Duty map, one that, you know, all of the old heads love. Let's just take that old classic map and just crap on it. Let's just make it way worse than it ever was, and for no reason other than to just bring it back and crap on it, because hell, I don't know why else they would do it. Who thought, yeah, it's a great idea to be able to camp from one spawn to the other. You know what? You spawn in, you don't even have to move. Just go ahead, get that sniper out, aim down sight. You don't even have to walk when you respawn. Just aim down sight, look up, and you're probably going to see somebody coming out of the other spawn. Like, it's just lazy to me, especially when it comes to a classic map. You didn't have to do much except for just copy and paste it over. I know it's not that simple, but god damn it, y'all been adding stuff, adding way too many windows, adding way too many head glitches. Yeah, I could tell, you can just tell that they're doing extra. They're just going above and beyond to make a classic map like this just the worst that it can be. Because at the end of the day, the main issue with the big maps that are coming out in Call of Duty is that they're not giving you the creativity to play the way you want to play. Like, it's a big map, you shouldn't be forced to play one or two play styles, but with these bigger maps, you're either forced to pick up the sniper, yeah, I guess you can run around, or you can pick up an LMG or a weapon with some serious range, and then even then, you're probably just going to end up going to a certain spot, a certain head glitch, or a certain power position, and just holding down, because you can't really run around. And I know big maps are supposed to have more of that standoff type stuff, that's why it's a big map, but like, damn man, they don't all have to involve 80 windows and 20 different long lines of sights from spawn to spawn, so that you can't have any way to use an SMG, or can't have any way to sort of try to flank or get around them. Pause. And I think, you know, a lot of people are getting tired of that 6v6 kind of arcadey play where you run around and that's all you do is just run in, you know, with an SMG and try to take somebody out 4 feet from you. But you know, there are games to run around and do mil-sim, one-shot, hardcore game types. You don't have to make every single big map just big for the sake of being big and having it be empty. Numa is one interesting example where I feel like it could be a great big map if they made it with that intention, and also made it so that you can actually see the damn people, because the visibility in this map is awful. The only color shades in it are like brown and then other shades of like dark green, and you can't even see the enemy team when they're popping out. And even if you could, how does this map play out? Like, if you play this map more than twice, you'll notice people are going to try to spawn trap you, or just watch the tunnels. You know, just go somewhere and watch the tunnels, because there's always going to be somebody popping out of those. But that's just bad map design. I don't think it's a problem with big map play as a whole, because everybody loved big team battle and Halo before they screwed it up with Infinite. Everybody's loving the new bigger modes that are coming out, Warzone, Plunder. Hell, people play Plunder, just only play Plunder. You want to know why? It's because they love those long distance engagements, and you can make those without making them campy or head glitchy. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. Tuscan Tuscan in Vanguard. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce that map. Tuscan, Toucan Sam. I don't know. It's like Tuscany, but without the Y. We'll just call it Tuscan. That map isn't like a big map, but hell, it's got all these little corridors you can take, these little left turns, these right turns, these buildings that are used strategically to kill out sight lines, but also have longer sight lines in them, but they're not overdoing it. I don't know, man. It's one of those things. It's like it has to pass the eye test. And I honestly think when these dudes played, when Sledgehammer Games was making these maps, they were like, yeah, these maps are big. That's it. Check mark done. Let's get it off. Ship it on. We're on to the next one. Let's make these smaller maps. And I do think some of the maps in Vanguard are okay. I'm just seeing these like big maps and they are just lacking. Like and it kind of ticks me off, because after, you know, years and years of playing 6v6 fast paced, you know, I don't want to play Shipment anymore. I don't really want to play Nuketown anymore. I kind of want to do some more longer range, some more bigger maps, because it is new. It is the new kind of thing. It is what they are putting a lot of effort to in this game. except when it comes to the damn maps, which is like 80%, 90% of the experience. I don't know. Hopefully they can get this done, because like I said, it seems like more and more, especially when they had the that new mode in Modern Warfare, and then they came out with the combined arms mode in Black Ops Cold War. You remember that? And then they're coming out with some of these bigger maps in the new Blitz pacing in Vanguard. It does seem like they're moving more towards the bigger pace combat, but without trying to go full on into like the Mill Sim, Rainbow Six Siege, you know, Hell's Fury, or whatever that one game is called. You know, they're trying to move towards like a bigger, not arcadey, small paced gameplay. But bruh, you need the maps for that, and these maps that y'all been putting out is bad. So that's my one thing to Sledgehammer. That's my one kind of me examining this problem. Seriously, go out next time you play a big map, just look, is it big just for the sake of being big, and why are there so many damn windows? I don't know. That's it for me today. I'll see you in the next one.